Hello, welcome to my 30-day things doing live on YouTube because I want to keep teaching people how to save U.S. taxes legally with the Spendthrift Trust. So few people have ever heard of this, and my goal is to teach as many people as possible. The Spendthrift Trust comes from England way back when King Henry VIII started the Church of England. The same king who had chopped off his wives' heads, he decided he was going to start his own church. The Catholic Church didn't let divorces, so he started the Church of England so he could divorce them. Well, he went to go tax the lords and ladies of England. They weren't happy with him, and they went back to the 12th century to the Magna Carta and said, "Oh, no, 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 King Henry VIII, you can't do this. This is contract law that comes from contract law." It came to the colonies while we were still part of England. The law firm I work on behalf of inherited a trust that will turn 365 years old this coming year in 2026. Our country will only be turning 250 years old on July 5th. Happy birthday, United States. I remember when we were 200 years old, I was in second grade. Yes, I just aged myself. Yikes. Our current tax structure that we started our current tax structure that we're under started back in February of 1913, and the only thing it's done since then is grown and grown and grown and grown and grown. The super rich families of 1913, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Carnegies, and the Kennedys made sure they could save taxes. Guess what? If they can save taxes, we can save taxes. Hi, my name is Sally Gimmon, and I'm the owner of www.thetrustisyou.com. My quick story, back in the middle of COVID, I was told I had $94,000 tax bill. My taxes went from 22% to 24%. There's 4 ways to file your taxes. Listen up, ladies and gentlemen, because most people don't know this. Single is the most expensive way to file your taxes. Then there's head of household. You're divorced with children 18 or under in your household. Then there's married filing separately. And the cheapest way to file your taxes, married filing jointly. Very quietly, on January 1st of 2025, the IRS changed married filing separately to be the same level or the same taxes as single, from the 10% all the way up to 35%. There's 7 different layers from 10% to 37%. So if you are married, do yourselves a favor and file married jointly. You'll save double in the taxes just right off the start. You don't even have to buy anything. Don't let your CPA or your financial advisor tell you anything differently. Married filing jointly is the best way to file. So when back in April 4th of 2020, I was told by my CPA I had a $94,000 tax bill, and I told him I only had $50,000 saved. He's like, "Don't worry, set up an appointment with me. We'll get you on a payment plan. You'll pay interest and penalties, and we'll get this worked out." And I'm like, "That's your solution." My solution was to research how the rich save taxes. It took me 5 months. In September of 2020, I started both my business and Beneficial Spendthrift Trust. The gentleman who sold me the trust, I asked to become his affiliate so I could teach my fellow real estate investors in Phoenix. I started a mastermind in my real estate group so they could save capital gains when they sell something. They could save interest income taxes if they're passive income. They could save dividend income taxes if they're in the stock market. They could save rental income taxes if they're a real estate investor. They can save royalty income taxes if they have talent or NFTs. Today, I'm talking about the Business Spendthrift Trust. This is for all U.S. business owners, U.S. entrepreneurs, U.S. franchisee owners, and 1099 income earners. You will legally save 90% on federal income taxes. In 43 states no longer pay state income taxes. So just to give you a quick way to look at this, if you are making at least $100,000 in 1099 income, I don't care if you're in Texas, Florida, New Hampshire, where you don't have state income taxes, you will save 5 figures in federal income taxes yearly, year after year, generation after generation. This is how powerful the Spendthrift Trust is. The law firm I work on behalf of was started 78 years ago by a Harvard Law professor. Paul Benson wrote 5 separate trusts to save specific taxes. The Business Trust to save federal and state income taxes. The Beneficial Trust is for investors to stop paying taxes on profits. The Mineral Rights Trust is if you have oil wells, shale rights, or coal rights. I've only sold one of those. One of my Beneficial Trust clients inherited his granddad's horse farm in Oklahoma. On the horse farm, there's 6 functioning oil wells. Lucky him, he's making some great money, and he's not paying for it. Then there's going to be the Charitable Trust. Several of my clients have saved so much money in taxes, they want to start giving back to their community. And finally, there's the Senior Trust. If someone's over 65, incapacitated, maybe they've had a stroke, they've had dementia. I don't like selling that trust because it's a blind trust for the senior and somebody else is in charge of the money. Yikes. So today's example is a California dentist. Actually, his wife contacted me. She saw one of my TikTok videos. She is his receptionist. When they contacted me, they were making $140,000 a year, living in Chula Vista. $140,000 put them at 22% tax rate. I have updated this information. When they contacted me, we were using 2024 numbers, but this is now 2026 numbers. Saving 90% on federal income taxes is $18,201. In California state income taxes, I think he's being charged 9.3%, if I have that correct, is an additional $18,020 for the grand total of $31,221. This is their money. They can put this back into their business. They can pay off their mortgage. They can buy a new vehicle. They can take their family on a well-deserved vacation. They can give to their favorite charity, or they can save for retirement. Now, his wife is his receptionist. He has a dental hygienist. He pays the dental hygienist from the Business Spendthrift Trust. Either he cuts her a check or sends her by Zelle. I don't know how he does that. He's saving the 90% federal income taxes and no longer paying California state income taxes. When he pays his hygienist, she's going to pay her taxes herself. They are not tax-free. If they go to the grocery store, they'll pay food tax, they'll pay gas tax, and so on. I'm living here in North Carolina. I'm in Wade County, Raleigh, North Carolina, and they shame us. Our food tax is 2%. If you buy soda, chips, ice cream, candy, your tax is 7%. They're not going to shame me. I'm still going to buy Breyer's mint chip ice cream because I like it so much. Now, with the Spendthrift Trust, you're going to save in 4 very important ways. You're going to save federal and state income taxes year after year, generation after generation. You're going to keep your information completely private. When the husband and wife contacted me, their CPA, no offense to their CPA, they had him set up in the most expensive way. They had him as a C Corp, and both he and his wife were taking W-2 income. Yikes! That's the most expensive way to be taxed. Now, they closed down that C Corp. In California, they pay $600 a year to have an LLC, S Corp, or C Corp. LLCs, S Corps, and C Corps are state law. What you do in California is not what you do in North Carolina, or not what you do in Arizona. 40% of LLCs, S Corps, and C Corps get sued every single year. Anyone can go online to the Secretary of State or the Corporation Commission and research it by your name or by your company's name and find out the information. It's public information. Those are worse odds than gambling in Las Vegas. The trust is on the federal level, so we highly suggest you shut down all LLCs, S Corps, and C Corps. We are not going to check up on you. We're just giving you the truth, and you decide what to do. Third way you're going to save. All lawsuits become frivolous. All your assets are in the trust, and nobody can get a hold of them. True story for you. One of my clients, I am in a national real estate group. I went to my national group. The gentleman sitting next to me was madder than a wet hen. He's from Chicago. Patrick has 100 doors. He wears a pinky ring with a 5-carat pinky in it, I swear. A gold Rolex watch. He's worth quite a bit of money. He became a client of mine. I've never seen his RV, but let's just say it's a $250,000 RV because Patrick has money and likes to, why not spend it? Back in 2024, he could not slow down for traffic. He hit the car in front of him that pushed her into the car in front of her. So one car got squished. They got out to exchange information. His insurance card showed the trust's name. Patrick's driver's license showed Patrick's name and his Illinois driver's license. We can't change that. Now, quite frankly, his insurance probably went up because he caused an at-fault accident, but his Beneficial Spendthrift Trust is paying for his insurance. 4 weeks after the accident, he got a $900,000 pain and suffering bill. She probably saw, oh, he has a Rolex, he has a pinky ring, and he's driving a very expensive RV. Let me make some money off of him. He calls me and he goes, Sally, what the heck do I do? I'm like, you have the name of the attorney, you have the name of the plaintiff, you're going to copy the first page of your trust, you're going to write a letter, and you're going to say, you can't get blood from a stone. 8 weeks later, he calls me back. He's like, I've heard nothing. I'm like, Patrick, that's gone away. He goes, you just saved me $900,000. I'm like, ho. Do you know how much I'm saving you in rental income taxes and all the lawsuits you don't have to pay when your renter's dog gets out and bites the mailman? So again, today we're talking about the Business Spendthrift Trust. You're going to save 90% on federal income taxes. I was telling you the 4 ways to save. You're going to save federal and state income taxes. You're going to keep your information completely private. All lawsuits, I can't stop you from being sued, but all lawsuits become frivolous. And number 4, you're going to leave a legacy. I personally am single. I have both my brothers and my sister-in-laws and my 7 nieces and nephews in the trust. I send silver coins to all my nieces and nephews for Christmas and for their birthday. If you remember, Charlie Brown's sister is Sally, so I always get a silver coin with peanuts on it. My nephew in Hawaii, as soon as he gets his silver coin, he goes and he sells it. He's under his father's EIN number. He makes, let's say, $40 on the silver coin, a 1 ounce silver coin. It's not worth that much. He won't have to pay any taxes on that. I'm trying to train my second generation how they can save taxes too. So if you're making at least $100,000 in 1099 income, today's example, the dentist and his wife are making $140,000. I know they're making more than that now, but I just updated the numbers to show what's happening. They're in California. They're saving state income taxes, and they file a 1041 tax return. When they started the trust, the law firm set up a new EIN, employee identification number, gave them a letter to the bank. They went to whatever bank they wanted to use, and their receivables go into that bank, and then they pay all the bills out of that bank account. They're going to leave a legacy for future generations. They're going to continue saving taxes. And he has told other dentists and other people in Chula Vista about me. And he has my affiliate link. If you go out to www.thetrustisyou.com/affiliate, you sign up for a free link. You give it to other people. I talk to them. So I talk to them on April 20th. They don't buy the trust until July 31st. When I get paid, I send $1,000 to him by PayPal, by Zelle, or by wire instructions. So again, if you're a U.S. business owner, an entrepreneur, a franchisee owner, a 1099 income earner, you could be saving 90% on federal income taxes and no longer pay state income taxes in 43 states. Just to give you an idea, if you make at least $100,000 in 1099 income, I can guarantee you will save 5 figures in federal income taxes every single year. If you want to find out more, I have a free masterclass at www.thetrustisyou.com. And if you want to set up a free 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me, I take you out to NerdWallet. I show you the 4 ways to file your taxes. We figure that out. I show you the formula, and I will send you information. You're not set in stone until you fill out a contract, sign it, and get back to me and make the payment. That would be to set up a 30-minute tax breakthrough session would be www.thetrustisyou.com/scheduling. My goal is to teach this to as many U.S. business owners, U.S. entrepreneurs, U.S. 1099 income earners, and franchisee owners, how they too can save taxes, just like the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Carnegies, the Kennedys. Our own president's father started this trust back in 1972. and the late great Robin Williams. He had the Beneficial Trust. His 3 adult children pay no royalties on any of his great work. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you're learning something new. If you're married, please file jointly and start saving taxes. Take care.